So then we have nerve stimulation. Okay, so the skeletal muscles are stimulated by somatic motor neuron. So this is a somatic motor neuron. Okay, motor for movement, somatic for body, and that's a neuron. Okay, and so the axon is traveling from the CNS to the skeletal muscle. So the CNS is the central nervous system. So okay, so okay, so up here, right? It's traveling from your central nervous system. You can pretend your brain is up here, and then it's coming all the way down to the muscle, okay? So the axon travels from the brain, right, the central nervous system, to the skeletal muscle, and there are lots and lots of branches, right? Because each muscle or each fiber in this whole thing has to have a neuron that will tell it to do this, right? Because this is a muscle and then a fascicle, and then the little pieces that all go into it all need neurons to tell them what to do and when to stimulate, okay? So like, I don't know about y'all, but this blows my mind whenever I think about, like, every time I blink, or I'm sitting here doing this, you know, or every time I'm like moving my hands around, or anything I do, all of this happens simultaneously all the time, which I just think is crazy. It happens so fast. Okay. So the neuromuscular junction, right, is where the axon branches and ends at a muscle fiber. Okay. Which is just a fancy way of saying this, right? Axon branches and it joins to a muscle fiber. Okay. That's the neuromuscular junction right here. Okay. It's also called a motor end plate. Okay. So how many neuromuscular junctions are per motor neuron? My boyfriend wanted to interrupt me during my thing. Of course, obviously, you know, part of being in quarantine. Okay. So how many neuromuscular junctions are per motor neuron? So there's one neuromuscular junction per motor neuron. So this is the neuromuscular junction. So that's saying that there's just one place where they attach, right? Each axon has one place where it attaches to the muscle. Okay. And so the axon terminal is just the end of the axon. So it's just, right. So this is like, right, CNS, and then we go down. So this is just the axon terminal. It's just where it ends, right? Okay, so the synaptic cleft is a gel-filled space between the axon terminal and the muscle fiber. So it's just right, it's in that neuromuscular, it's just in right here, okay, right in there. They just don't show you that, right? But the gel allows for conduction, okay? So that we're conducting things through that neuromuscular junction down into the muscle, okay? We can do it. I'm tired. I'm back. Super side note. I literally had to take a break during this session because I'm tired, and I don't even feel like I've been doing that much, but like I just feel mentally exhausted. So this is a reminder to take some time for yourself and do something that makes you happy, and do something that doesn't have to do with your schoolwork or your degree, or maybe that's by yourself or with some people that you love. Just do something that makes you happy, because that's really what matters in the end. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to this muscle contraction, also known as how you hug people you love. Okay, so we were talking about there's one neuromuscular junction per neuron. So everywhere a neuron sits, there's only one neuromuscular junction, okay? So the axon terminal is the end of the axon. Oh, we already talked about it. So acetylcholine, right? We talked about that. It's that purple little triangle that comes out of the axon, okay? It stores in vesicles. I'll show you in a second. It's stored in vesicles in the axon, and it goes down into that neuromuscular junction, okay? It's stored in synaptic vesicles. Right? So it's a neurotransmitter, right, that tells the muscle to start inciting an action potential, okay? And the junctional folds are infoldings of the sarcolemma where they have acetylcholine receptors. So, right, neuromuscular junction, neuron. Is it going to show me any of it? Really not. Okay, cool. See, these are, I was missing the last word last time, was it? Synaptic vesicles, okay, and the little purple triangles are acetylcholine, and then these little orange triangles are the acetylcholine receptors. So, right, it's stimulated, synaptic vesicles come out, acetylcholine binds into these little acetylcholine receptors, right? And then they incite that action potential in the sarcolemma, okay?